Janmadhyam यस्य यतन्वयादितरतश्चार्तेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यतसूरया तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्माप्रोजितकैतवत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवत्र वस्तु शिवतं तापोत्रयन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परेश्वरः सद्यो हृदयो वृद्धिरत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रह्मसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरभो रसिका विभावकाः ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं निरतानं परमानन्दमाधवं नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नित्यानन्दमहं नौमि सर्वानन्दकरं परं हरिनामपदं देवम् अवधूताशिरोमणिम् आनन्दलीलामयविग्रहाय हेमाङ्गुलिच्छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसाप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Maharaja, I want to offer my respectful obeisances to you. Lotus feet, Maharaj. Vancha. And I seek your permission to do the fashion of So, yesterday we discussed about how Shanda and Amarka, they trained Prahlada Maharaj in so many different kinds of learnings. They taught him dharma, artha, kama, and after a considerable time, they brought him to Hiranyakashipu again. And Hiranyakashipu, he again took Prahlad in his lap. And as described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Hiranyakashipu was crying, seeing his son back after a long time. And he was very pleased, and he was very, and the drops, when he was crying, it wetted the head of Prahlada Maharaj. And again, Hiranyakashipu was smelling the head of Prahlada Maharaj. It says that when we smell the head of that particular boy or a girl, it increases his lifespan. So Hiranyakashipu was again and again kissing him, smelling him, and was crying because he was meeting Prahlada Maharaj after a long time. So there was an affectionate and Prahlada also was very happy to be sitting on the lap of his father, and he was also embracing him very tightly. So Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad at this till this moment were sharing a nice bonding with each other. Okay, but so Prahlad Hiranyakashipu, he asked that Prahlad Chuttam Tat Swaritam Kinchidattamam. He is asking, Hiranyakashipu is asking that Prahlad, may you live long and long and long. So, please tell me, you have heard so many things from your teacher over the past good amount of time. You must have learned so many things, right? Now, please, can you repeat what is the best of that knowledge, whatever you have learned, what is the best of it? So, Hiranyakashipu is inquiring from his son what he has learned from his guru. Now, Prahlad Maharaj has two gurus in his life. One was Narad Muni, who gave him the instructions of Bhagavad Dharma. And that too when he was in the womb. And then there were other gurus who were shunned in America. Now, Hiranyakashipu was asking, please, my dear son, tell me what you have learned from your guru. So, Prahlada Maharaj, he responded to the inquiry of the father as per what he has learned from his guru Narad Muni. Hiranyakashipu was expecting that he will speak something from the teachings of Shanda and Amarka. Instead, Prahlad spoke from the instructions he has received from Narad Muni. So, Prahlad Maharaj wanted to give Hiranyakashipu the best of the answers. Best of the answers. If we are also in a situation where somebody inquires about from us, what are we doing? Why is this tilak? Why is this kanti? Why is this dhoti kurta? Why am I wearing sari? So if someone inquires from us, we don't tell them about something else. We directly tell them about that what is Krishna consciousness and why are you practicing this, right? We don't tell them anything from the newspapers which has been printed today morning, right? No. We don't tell them about a concocted religion. No. We tell them directly about what is Sanatana Dharma, what is Bhagavad Dharma. We tell them directly. So Prahlada Maharaj, he was sitting on the lap. Imagine Hiranyakashipu, who ruled the entire three worlds. Hiranyakashipu, how was he? He was a very powerful personality. He actually, Brahma, as I explained before also, that Brahma, Lord Shiva, were also offering respects to Hiranyakashipu. They are offering respects. I mean, it's a personality who was so powerful that Bhagavatam says that Lord Shiva, Brahma, used to send him gifts so that their relationship is very nicely maintained. They never did that with Indra, but they did with Hiranyakashipu to maintain good relationship. So, and now, Hiranyakashipu, who brought every authority in the universe under his control, every authority. All the 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus, 12 Adityas, Apsaras, Gandharvas, everybody he brought him under his control. And he established demoniac rule everywhere. As I explained previously, also it is mentioned that he established his own worship. He built temples across the whole universe. In all the 3 planetary system, only one person was worshipped, Hiranyakashipu. Why am I repeating this? Because there is a reason for this. The reason is that how fearless Prahlada was. And where was Prahlad? Sitting on his lap. And when his father asked him, what is the best thing you have learned from your spiritual master? And Prahlad Maharaj sitting on his lap. No authority in the world could have dared do this. But Prahlad was so convinced that Lord is my maintainer, Lord is my protector. He straight away said, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. He said this sitting on the lap of Hiranyakashipu. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. And Hiranyakashipu. Now what is this? This one verse is very, very important verse. If someone asks what is Bhagavad Dharma, then this is the verse to be explained. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. This is the one verse that explains the principles of Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma means what? It's very important that we understand this, what is Bhagavad Dharma. So, Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma means that which is told by Bhagavan. We may have certain belief, you may have certain belief, I may have certain belief. But that is not everything. Bhagavad Dharma means that Dharma which is being told by Bhagavan directly. And Narad Muni has instructed Prahlada Maharaj about this. So next few, this one shloka is the essence of all the teachings of Prahlada Maharaj. And for the next spending sessions, we are going to exclusively focus on this one verse, going in much detail about this. So, hearing and let us, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. So, hearing and chanting about what? About Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, right? And then remembering what? Remembering Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, Smarana. Then, Pada Sevanams, serving the lotus feet of the Lord. And then offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 kinds of paraphernalias. Then becoming a servant. Then considering him as one's friend. Then surrendering everything to him. So like that, this 9 processes of devotional service are mentioned. And what it is said? It is said that one who has dedicated his life in the service of Krishna through these 9 processes of devotional service, right? Then he has acquired complete knowledge. Now, going directly to Shravanam aspect, because we have limited amount of time and this subject matter is very big. We can discuss this subject matter. I mean, this is so detailed that we can discuss this for 1 month at least. This is such a big subject matter. So, Shravanam. So, Shravanam is the most important process. Shravan is the foundation of our devotional life. So, hearing about Krishna's name, fame, form and pastimes, this is the beginning of devotional service. By hearing Krishna, by hearing about Krishna, we can understand Krishna easily. Although any one of the 9 processes of devotional service is sufficient, but chronologically, Shravanam comes first, and it is the most essential principle. So, hearing about what is the subject matter of hearing? Hearing about the holy name, hearing about Krishna's name, Krishna's fame, Krishna's pastimes. So, hearing about the holy name of the Lord, by doing that, one comes to the understanding about the personal form of the Lord. That is the first step which happens in realization about when we hear that here we came to know about the Krishna's personal form of the Lord. Then, after realizing that form, one realizes his transcendental qualities. Okay. Then, after realizing his transcendental qualities, one can understand the transcendental qualities of the Lord's associates. And in this way, when he further advances, he comes to know about the complete understanding about the Supreme Lord. In this way, a devotee gradually advances from one step to another step. Now, who is the Acharya of hearing? You need to understand. Padyavali and also Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. In Padyavali, verse number 53 in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu 1.2.265, Rupa Goswami Pad has said that Sri Vishnu Shravane Parikshit means Parikshit Maharaj is the Acharya of hearing. He has perfected his life by hearing. It is said that only two people heard Bhagavatam nicely. One was Parikshit Maharaj, second was Dundukari, the ghost.
Who?
The ghost.
The ghost.
Yes.
The ghost.
We'll come to this discussion. So, Parikshit Maharaj, if you see the life of Parikshit Maharaj, that Parikshit Maharaj was the king. He was ruling the entire world. He was the grandson of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj, right from his birth, he was greatly fortunate to get protection from the Supreme Lord. When he was in the womb itself, right, Parikshit Maharaj was protected by the Lord. His mother Uttara, she came running towards Lord Krishna because Ashwatthama, he sent Brahmastra to kill Parikshit Maharaj and also the 5 Pandavas. Lord Krishna, with the help of the Sudarshan Chakra, nullified the 5 Brahmastras which were coming towards the Pandavas. And when Uttara, the mother of Parikshit Maharaj, when she came running, that was a time when Kunti Mataji was glorifying Lord Krishna. And just at that time, Uttara came running there. And she said, "Oh my dear Lord, please protect this child." And Lord Krishna, out of his Bhakta Vatsalta, he also could have used a weapon. But no, he entered the womb of his mother Uttara, and he protected Parikshit Maharaj by circumnavigating him. And he was using 2 weapons. One is club, one is Sudarshan. And the Lord was very, very angry. Our Acharyas mentioned why Krishna has to use 2 weapons. Why? Answer is that Lord was not sure if Sudarshan Chakra fails, there should be some another backup. Sudarshan is not going to fail, but that is Bhakta Vatsalta of the Lord. When he was riding on the back of Garuda to save Rajendra, he was not confident that Garuda is fast. So he gave up Garuda and he went further ahead to save Rajendra. So the Supreme Lord was like that. So that Parikshit Maharaj, when he was cursed, when he received a curse, when he was in the forest and he happened to go and meet uh, our Shamik Rishi. He was meditating. Shamik Rishi was meditating on the Supreme Lord. And Parikshit Maharaj happened to come to his doorstep. And he saw, and Parikshit Maharaj saw that there is no welcome. There is no appropriate welcome being given. So Parikshit Maharaj picked up a dead snake and put it on the neck of that Rishi. And then when he on his way back, he was lamenting for his act. He was repenting that I committed a grave offense. And when he reached his palace back, he received a curse. That what a curse was it? He received a curse that you have been cursed to die of the snake bird on the 7th day from now. When Parikshit Maharaj heard this particular thing, that I have been cursed to die in 7 days. Respected devotees, we all are going to die in 7 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. For us, new day is not going to be created. So Parikshit Maharaj had 7 days, and we also have 7 days only. One of the days we will also die. So Parikshit Maharaj, when he heard about this particular episode where he had only 7 days, what did he do? He gave up his kingdom to his son. He wore a dress of a simple mendicant sadhu and he started walking on the banks of Ganges. During the sages, during that time, today also the sages are very, very powerful. The sages used to know what was going on in the mind of the king. Right? The sages knew what decision the king is going to take. The sages from all across the universe are talking about. The great Devarshis, the great, there are so many sages, saintly persons in different loka, Janaloka, Tapaloka. There are saintly persons there. So they used to know what was going on in the mind of the king, of the earthly planet. Because he was ruling everywhere, Parikshit. So when Parikshit Maharaj took a decision to go and sit on the bank of river Ganges and fast until death. So all the great personalities from all across the world, they came there. They came there. There are several reasons why they came there. Some of them came to bless Parikshit Maharaj. Some of them they came with a desire to know what is going to happen in the life of Parikshit Maharaj now. Because he was protected by the Lord when he was in the womb of mother. So now what Krishna is going to do? Some of them, they are aware that Katha is going to happen. So various personalities of various disciplines, they came there. Not that all of them sitting there were bhakti yogis. Some were jnanis. Some were from other faiths, other karma kandis. So all kinds of people came there. And Parikshit Maharaj, he put forward 2 questions to them. Parikshit Maharaj, he put forward 2 questions to these personalities. First question he put forward was, which is that activity which one always has to perform? And second thing he told, that when one has only 7 days with him, what should he do? Very important thing. This discussion of Parikshit Maharaj and the great sadhus, if we read it carefully from Srimad Bhagavatam, this will bring a big transformation in our understanding about the Bhagavad Dharma principle. That time, so many sages, they started giving so many answers. They said, you do charity, you do this, you sit in meditation, you do that. So many things came up. But just at that time, uh, Shukadeva Goswami, Vyasanandan Shukadeva Goswami, he came in that arena. And as soon as Shukadeva Goswami came there, all these great personalities who were thousands of years old, they all stood up to respect a Mahabhagavat like Shukadeva Goswami. They came. As soon as Shukadeva Goswami came there, all these great personalities, they were coming from different lokas. They were thousands and thousands of years old. And when they saw Shukadeva Goswami coming there, they were so happy. They said, and they all stood up. If you see a Mahabhagavat, you have to stand up and offer respect. And all of them did that. And then Shukadeva Goswami came and all these sadhus said to Parikshit Maharaj, go and take shelter of Shukadeva Goswami. So Maharaj Parikshit went and he offered his prostrated obeisances to Shukadeva Goswami. He gave him an elevated seat. He worshipped him. He worshipped him. So Parikshit Maharaj asked the same two questions to Shukadeva Goswami. And Shukadeva Goswami replied, Parikshit, the answer to both of your questions is one. Hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Remember, Parikshit Maharaj, he was cursed to die in 7 days. And that 7 days, he utilized it for complete absorption in Krishna's name, fame, pastimes of the Lord. Because how is Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada writes that Srimad Bhagavatam is full of transcendental chanting of holy name. Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, everything is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Parikshit Maharaj gave oral reception to hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. First canto, second canto, third canto, fourth canto, in that 7 days, the class was not happening for one hour. No. The class was happening for hours and hours daily. Because Shukadeva Goswami was also potent, and here Parikshit Maharaj was also potent, and the audience was also equally potent. And they, day and night, discussion was going on. Janmadiyasya yatanvayaditaratascharteshvabhignya swaraj tene brahmaradhayadi kavaye muyanti yat suraya tejo vari vradam yatha vinimayo yatra tri sargo mrisha dhamna svena sada nirasta guvakam satyam param dhimahi. In this Bhagavatam, what was discussed? There, dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. In this discussion which was going on, this was meant only for nirmatsara, non-envious people. Because envious people, they cannot understand Bhagavatam. They cannot enter also into Bhagavatam. If there is envy in our heart, Bhagavad Dharma Tattva will not be revealed to us. Who is saying? Prabhupada is saying. Veda Vyasji is saying. Paramo nirmatsaranam sakam. We have to be nirmatsara. There should be no envy in our heart for anyone in this world. Because in everyone's heart Krishna resides. So we need to understand that. And once we become free from it, then the Srimad Bhagavatam will be understood. And then Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kimva Paririshvara. How is Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kimva Paririshvara. This Srimad Bhagavatam, one who hears Srimad Bhagavatam, this is compiled by Narad Muni under the directions of compiled by Vyasadeva under the directions of Narad Muni and Nar Narayan Rishi. How magical is this Bhagavatam? magic is that by the culture of this knowledge, Lord Krishna is established within the heart of the devotee. Just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, just by giving oral reception to Srimad Bhagavatam, by the culture of this knowledge, Lord Krishna is established in the heart of the devotee. It's very important. Srimad Bhagavatam. Very powerful. Just by hearing, one granted perfection. Just by hearing. You know what happened on the last day? Which we celebrate that last day as Bhadra Purnima. That was the day when Parikshit Maharaj's disappearance day. Yesterday we celebrated disappearance day of Hiranyakashipu, as Maharaja was saying. Day before yesterday. So Bhadra Purnima is the day when Parikshit Maharaj disappeared. But how he disappeared? What is the power of Bhagavatam? He was supposed to die of a bite of the snake bird. But Parikshit Maharaj heard Srimad Bhagavatam, and then he asked his Gurudev, Shukadeva Goswami, 12.6.6. Anujani himam brahman vasam yaschami aduksaje muktakama shayam cheta praveshya srajami asun. He is asking Gurudev, Shukadeva Goswami Pad, I am able to fix my mind unto the lotus feet of Lord Adaksaja by your causeless mercy. My contamination of my heart is gone. My life is purified. In these 7 days I am free from all the contamination. Please, Gurudev, allow me to quit my body. Allow me to fix my mind into the lotus feet of the Lord and give up this body. Shukadeva Goswami said, Tathastu Parikshit, Tathastu. And Parikshit Maharaj fixed his mind, closed his eyes, stood like a tree, fixed his mind under the lotus feet of Lord Adaksaja, and he left the body. Before the snake body came, Parikshit Maharaj went to the word of the Lord. And what happened? Takshak came. He burned the dead body of Parikshit. He only did what? Funeral ceremony. He came for the funeral ceremony. But devotees are so glorious, that by taking the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj attained perfection. There is one more such very important thing. There is one more such episode. There was, in Padma Puran, it is mentioned that 30 years after Lord Krishna's departure from the planet, okay, Shukadeva Goswami spoke Bhagavatam to Maharaj Parikshit. 30 years. Okay. 200 years later, there was another episode happened. 200 years after this episode, when Shukadeva Goswami spoke to Maharaj Parikshit, after that 200 years later, something else happened. There was one Brahmana called as Atmadev Brahman. His son was addicted to prostitute, and the prostitutes killed him. And he became a ghost. And that Brahman had another son, Gokarna. He was a pure, unalloyed soul. And he was traveling across and preaching. So that Gokarna once happened to come and stay in that very house where Dundukari the ghost was residing. Because the Atmadev Brahman left, his mother died, that their brothers, the both of them, their mother died. Atmadev Brahman went to forest for performing devotional service. And this Gokarna was there in that same house where a ghost was there. And that ghost appeared in front of him, but he was not able to speak. So Gokarna, he sprinkled some Ganges water, and that he got piety to speak. And he asked, Dundukari asked, my Gokarna, I am your brother Dundukari. I am suffering. Please deliver me from the cycle of birth and death. Please deliver me. And he's saying, Gokarna is saying, I have performed Shraddha ceremony for you in Gaya. Huh? And still you have not delivered. He said, if performing ceremony in Gaya does not deliver, then I don't know what to do for you. But he said, you wait. And he said, you wait. So Dundukari waited. This is from the Padma Puran. There are 6 chapters glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam, and this particular episode is mentioned there. Gokarna, next morning, he invited all the scholars, and he had a discussion with all of them that how can my brother be delivered? How can my brother be delivered? So they all came to conclusion that if by doing Shraddha in Gaya, if he cannot be delivered, then it is very difficult. His deliverance is very difficult. Dundukari deliverance is very difficult. But one of the Brahmanas suggested, you are potent enough to talk to Suryadev. Why don't you ask Sun God directly? So Gokarna prayed to Sun God and said that you are the witnesser of all the activities of living entities. Can you please help and give clarity on how can Dundukari, the ghost, my brother, can get delivered? At that time, Suryadev, Sun God, narrated, Oh Gokarna, you are a great devotee of the Lord. Please take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Please narrate the Shuka Samhita, Srimad Bhagavatam, to Dundukari, and he will be delivered. And then there was an arrangement being done. Arrangement like this. This is such a nice environment here, right? When I came here first, I thought, wow, the Namish Army was the same. 88, imagine in such place, 88,000 rishis were sitting, and Sudha Goswami was speaking, or Parishit Maharaj was sitting, Shukdev Goswami was speaking. This is a perfect environment. Very peaceful, very calm. And it can go on. This Bhagavatam discussion can go on and go on and go on. So, such an amazing place. Very fortunate. Such calmness, such peacefulness is very, very rare. This is perfect for Srimad Bhagavatam. So, I pray that thousands of devotees come here and discuss this Bhagavatam should go on. So Dundukari, this 7-day event was organized. Dundukari, the ghost, came and sat in a bamboo stick, in a bamboo. And the discussion was going on. Gokarna started speaking, day after day, day after day, day after day, day after day. On the 7th day, each day the bamboo has 7 knots in it. And each day the bamboo broke. And the last day, Dundukari assumed the four-armed form of the Lord of Associate of Vaikuntha. And he appeared in front of everyone. And the Vaikuntha associates also came to take Dundukari away. They offer respects to Gokarna. The Vaikuntha associates, what did they do? They offer respects to Gokarna. And Gokarna asked a question. You have only come to take Dundukari, but so many here staying also heard Bhagavatam. Why are not they delivered? At that time he said, only Dundukari heard my scared attentively. Only Dundukari heard it attentively. And the difference lies in the quality of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very important. Shravan we are doing. So how we are doing? Dundukari not only heard, but he contemplated upon it. It is very important that whatever we are hearing, we should be contemplating on its meaning. And Dundukari was fasting, Dundukari heard it attentively, at the same time was contemplating, and he became purified of his existence. That's why it said only two people heard Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit and Dundukari. Because one who hears it nicely, unalloyed love for the Lord will appear in his heart. So, this Shravan is one of the most important processes. It is a foundation of our Krishna consciousness. Studying Srimad Bhagavatam is also Shravan. Many times devotees ask, Prabhu, where is studying written in this Navida Bhakti? Shravanam is Adhyayana, Swadhyaya. The Swadhyaya, self-study. When you are studying Srimad Bhagavatam, when you are reading purports, two personalities are speaking. Shukadeva Goswami is speaking and Prabhupada is also speaking to us. Through his writing, he is also speaking. All the Shukadeva Goswami is speaking, Sutta Goswami is speaking, right? So they are all speaking to us and we are reading them. So Shravan is happening, we are hearing from them. So studying Srimad Bhagavatam is also an aspect of Shravan. So it should not be neglected. It should not be neglected. In the life of devotees, they are so busy that they don't have time for studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada ji has taken so much pain, so much effort to write this commentary in English on Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, if it was not there, everything was in Sanskrit and so many other things, it was such a challenge. And then there are so many different commentaries of the Acharyas are also there. That too in Sanskrit. But then there are so many differences of view, style of presenting. So people might get confused. Srila Prabhupada, by writing this commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, he has given us such an easy entry into the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. My revered spiritual master, he says that Prabhupada ji delivered the English language by writing Srimad Bhagavatam in it. Because English is not that glorious language. But Srila Prabhupada, by writing commentary in English in Srimad Bhagavatam, he delivered the English language.
Delivered in the spiritual world, they speak English?
No. He delivered means it is said that the lecture language is now becoming devotee because because Bhagavatam it is used for glorifying Bhagavatam. Yes, Krishna can speak English definitely.
Need to learn.
Yes. So that is the glories of Shravanam. So we will stop here. We can take some questions. We will discuss other aspects. Thank you.
You said only Parikshit Raj and the ghost heard the Bhagavatam on that level. But where did Gopala hear from? I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Where did he hear the Bhagavatam from?
So I was going to cover this aspect in the hearing when we were discussing Shravan Kirtan aspect. So in that aspect, I was trying to cover this. So when Shukadeva Goswami spoke to Maharaj Parikshit, right? At that time there were so many others who were also present there and hearing. Sutta Goswami was also there, and Sutta Goswami went and spoke this to the rishis of Naimisharanya, right?
Is that the 30 years later? Where does the 30 years I didn't catch any answer about it?
Okay, so that is okay. Let me complete this aspect first. So, right, for example, from where did Shukadeva Goswami hear? So Shukadeva Goswami heard it from Vyasadeva, right? So because Vyasadeva was all, so, so what happened was that when Vyasa he compiled the four Vedas, he divided the four Vedas into his disciples. He compiled the Puranas and the Ityasas, he also gave that to Roma Maharshi Sud. But when under the guidance of Narad Muni, when Vyasadeva he revised and brought the Srimad Bhagavatam again, he already has written Bhagavatam when he was writing the 18 Puranas. Srimad Bhagavatam was already written before he met Narad Muni. Jiva Goswami explains this in Tattva Sundara. That Bhagavatam was already written, but in a concise form. After Narad Muni made Vyasadeva, Veda Vyasji brought a revised edition of Bhagavatam. Sutta Goswami also confirms this aspect, that the version which we have is a revised edition of Bhagavatam. And then, but he was not finding any qualified person to whom he could give the authority of Bhagavatam to. So he prayed to Krishna, and Shukadeva Goswami was born. And Shukadeva Goswami was staying in the womb of the mother for a good amount of time. He refused to come out. And then Krishna had to come from Dwarka. And he ordered Shukadeva Goswami to come out. But Shukadeva Goswami came out from the womb of the mother and went straight to forest. At that time, Vyasadeva, he started giving Bhagavatam classes himself. Because his hope was gone. And he said, let Krishna arrange it again. So Veda Vyasa wrote Bhagavatam and he also started giving discourses. So there are many people who heard Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva, and that disciplic succession was going on. So there are small branches were there. And that's why there is also a parampara where Gokarna heard it from. There is a parampara is there. So it comes via Vyasadeva. Yeah, so when Vyasadeva's disciples, they used to sing Bhagavatam while doing their activities. Varha pidam natavaravapu karanayo karanikaram or aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jighan satpayayadapya sadhave. So Vyasa's disciples used to sing Bhagavatam like this. And Shukadeva Goswami was in the forest. He heard it. It was such a dense forest like this. Shukadeva Goswami was disappearing in the forest. But Vyasa's disciples, Vyasa told the disciples, sing this Bhagavatam, all these shlokas. Sundara Goswami, who was deep in the forest, experiencing transcendental Brahmananda, happiness, he heard these two verses. And he came to them. Sundara Goswami came to these disciples of Vyasadeva. And he asked them, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is this? And they said, it is Srimad Bhagavatam. Please go to your father. So Shukadeva Goswami came back on his own and he took shelter of Vyasadeva. He sat down, heard the entire Bhagavatam from his father Vyasadeva. We'll discuss that tomorrow in detail about this. And then, so there are many such, like Shukadeva Goswami got utterance like this. There are so many descriptions like this, where there are small paramparas are there. So Gokarna also heard from an authentic source. That's why he was able to narrate that. Yes.
I can listen the translation of the two verses that they chanting. Can you repeat?
Yeah, that is translation of that verse.
The two verses
Okay.
of the disciple chanting for
Okay. So one is about deliverance of Putra. When Vidura met Uddhavji in Vrindavan, Vidura was on a pilgrimage, so he traveled across the Bharatvarsha and finally he reached Vrindavan. At that time, while they were discussing this, Uddhavji was crying and he said how Krishna is so merciful. Aho bakiyam stana kalakutam. That a demon who came to kill Krishna by smearing the poison on her breast. Jivan Sayamaya Edatya Saravi. Lebhe Gatim Dhatushtam Tatanyam Kamva Dayalu Sharanam Prajeta. That Krishna gave Putna the position of a mother in the spiritual world. If Krishna is so kind that he had delivered a demoness who came to kill him, he made her mother. So what to say about the glorious activities of the Lord, qualities of the Lord? That are unlimited. So Shukadeva Goswami, when he heard that, who is that? Such a merciful person. Imagine someone comes and wants to kill you, entering your room and wants to kill you. He puts a gun on your head. And he troubles you. He beats you up, for example. And then will you do that after everything is settled? Will you say, no Prabhu, where will you go now? Just stay here with me. You have come a long way to kill me, right? Where will you go? So Krishna was like that. Putna came to kill Krishna and she delivered her. And then the second is Varaha Pidam Natvar Vapu Karnayo Karnakaram. About how Krishna is wonderful. Varaha Pidam. How his beautiful form is. How he wears the peacock feather, how he wears the Vaijanti Mala, how he dances. And Krishna's every step is how Krishna dances, that even it bewilders Natvar. Natvar is Natraj. Krishna is Natvar, Lord Shiva is Natraj. When Krishna dances, then even Natraj, Lord Shiva, is bewildered. Krishna dances on the hoods of Kaliya. Who can dance on the 1,000 hoods of Kaliya? Krishna dances like that. So that is this verse. Varaha Pidam Natvar Vapu Karnayo Karnakaram Vibratvat Kanakara Kapesham Vaijantim Chamalam. How Krishna is wearing the Vaijanti Mala. The Mala, the garland which is made of five flowers. So this is Krishna. He's here. I just have a feeling that everything will be auspicious here. Everything will be auspicious. By your presence, Maharaj, your presence is here. Everything will become auspicious, Maharaj.
Inauspicious?
Auspicious.
My presence inauspicious.
No, auspicious, Maharaj. The glory of this temple.
You're inauspicious.
No, Maharaj. The glory of this temple, I was saying in the pictures, everything will come back. By your presence, everything will come back, Maharaj. The sadhu is here.
I'm trying to give some presents, but I haven't got enough.
When a sadhu is here, Krishna is here, everything will come.
We might get confused because in the Bhagavatam we generally have understood that Sukadeva Goswami heard the Bhagavatam in the womb. And
no, Sukadeva Goswami, there was a discussion. Vyasadeva was having a discussion when Sukadeva Goswami was in the womb. But definitely, I mean, he systematically heard. Sukadeva Goswami says in the verses, I can show you, that he himself said, I have heard Bhagavatam from my father.
yeah, in the womb.
No.
That's what we were.
No. This is a description. Our acharyas in the commentaries they mention that these two verses, right? He also mentioned this, Sukadeva Goswami, that I was attracted by the two verses. He mentions that in the Bhagavatam.
And then it's described that Vyasadeva ran after his son.
Yes.
And he went to
Yes.
the place where
Yes.
Parikshit Maharaj was
Yes.
there. No, I've never heard a description of him going to the forest and hearing these two verses. I've never heard that.
That is in the commentaries of the acharyas. But Sukadeva Goswami in two places he confirms two things, that he was attracted by the verses of Bhagavatam, and he confirms that he has heard from he has heard Bhagavatam from his father. So both the things are mentioned in the shloka, in the verses of Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami confirms this. in the second canto of Bhagavatam, because he starts speaking from the second canto, so that's why he confirms it. Yes, Mataji.
Where you're talking about when we don't have a taste for Srimad Bhagavatam, because
I did not say that.
you say you were envious if you don't have a taste.
Yes.
What is that envy coming from? Because we are no beginning of our existence. Where does that envy come from?
Kaliya and Krishna were conversing. So Kaliya said to Krishna that why did you create us? Huh? That this world belongs to you. All the 84 lakh species are created by you. We are created by you. Right? So where is our fault in this? So
Is it our Krishna's fault?
no, I'm just joking. Krishna is so it is our there is a way to handle envy. We'll discuss that in our next classes.
So you have another class?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, and today?
No, today is Harinam.
Okay.
As per my
So
schedule,
today, yeah?
today is Harinam,
Okay.
and tomorrow morning is a class.
And after that, evening also? Or?
Yes, tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
Oh, nice. I thought you were leaving today.
No, why so soon? I'm here first. Still food. Then Monday morning also I'm leaving class.
Nice.
And then I will leave. I'll take blessings of Maharaj and then I'll leave. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Vancharupatarubhyascha kripasindabhyo patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Janana Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Some of you may be wondering about the new picture on the altar. On that Prabhupada Vyasa there we have Agni Dev Prabhu and Krishna Kirtan and such. This is Balabhapuri Swami, Prabhupada disciple. He used to be known as Balabhadra. He took sannyas from Shivaram Swami, but there were some issues took place and he stepped aside from his responsibilities and stayed away from the institution for maybe 15 to 20 years. But he continued his devotion service very strictly. So he left his body last night.
Oh, Krishna.
In Scotland, he was in Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland. And it should be known that he, I don't know the quantity, but he gave a lot of money to the French Catholic. Well, his disciples, he asked his disciples to donate a lot of money to the French Catholic. Over the decades, a lot of money came here from Spain.
Doesn't recognize me, sorry. Is your phone?
Stop the thing? Stop the telecast.
Yeah.
écrit, mais elle est malade, très malade. Ça, c'est qui?
You're going to talk about the, there seems to be a kind of a lot of extension, or let's say a different perspective of time when it comes to Parikshit Maharaj's 7 days. I mean, we hear in Braja how Uttara came and heard, and wanted to hear what happened, wanted to hear the essence of what Parikshit Maharaj heard. Well, that was presumably after Shukadeva Goswami had left, after he was about to leave the world or whatever happened. It seems to be a lot of overlapping here and not very clear and confusing.
What I understand, Maharaj, that this conversation was going on, I mean, day and night, 7 days. So Uttara and Parikshit Maharaj discussion, like, if you see how much time it takes to discuss, there are 335 chapters, and it should take around few hours in a day to discuss this conversation for 7 days. But there was time. There was time for other things also. So this cannot be discarded. That there was no discussion. Now this is very difficult to understand, that after Shukadeva Goswami and that Parikshit Maharaj conversation ended, that happened after that, or must have happened between. But there was time.
Must have been, because you mentioned there that Shukadeva Goswami was present when Parikshit Maharaj asked him for his
Yes.
and he was delivered before the snake bird came along. So it seems like Shukadeva Goswami on the scene. I don't know. It's obviously in commentaries and so on. There's not. I never read it in the Bible.
It's in the 12th canto, 6th chapter, 6th verse. And
no, I just looked up. I didn't see where Shukadeva Goswami gave, Prabhu or whatever, gave his lessons.
that is there in the commentaries. But there in these 7 days also, there was good amount of time, because this was going on day in and day out, because Parikshit Maharaj was not eating, he was not drinking.
This Bhagavatam is not very short. I mean, it's supposed to be a synopsis, but it's not very short. It doesn't even seem to follow the thread of the subject of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Actually, to be very honest, I have completely different scenarios.
It doesn't seem to follow at all. And you're talking about Narada Muni's journey and Gopakumar's journey. It doesn't seem to click in terms of
some things are very difficult to comprehend.
Subject matter and time seem to be a little different. What to do? And another simple question, but we all, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've always heard there are 18,000 verses in the Bible. But if you count, there's only 14,000.
How you put those verses? There are 18,000 verses, but there is a way to count them also. So Sanskrit has a different way of counting. So, but there are 18,000 verses. It's how you count, how you place the, like the Bhagavad Gita. There are 700 verses, but Adi Shankaracharya put it into. It's Adi Shankaracharya who put it into chapters and everything. So we follow that system of Adi Shankaracharya. So Bhagavatam was also put in a certain way.
Yeah, but there are 700 verses in the Gita.
Yes.
Exactly. If you count Prabhupada translation, we find 14 translations.
Huh?
We find 14
Yes, yes,
translations.
yes, yes. So there are
You're
two.
saying that they're divided or something differently.
They now there are in every verse there are two lines, right?
Or somehow 4. Or
Yes, so now four, so now two, right? So it's just how you count.
So they're counted differently in terms of
Part bhed.
Quranic statement.
That is called as part abhed. I mean, counting. The counting needs to be every different scholars they count differently.
Vyasadeva. Up there, was it in the Purana somewhere, the description of how many verses? I think also in the Bible. The original or the condensed version, presumably, that didn't have 18,000 verses. Condensed version. Is that available, that condensed version?
Probably with Vyasadeva in the Badrika ashram.
To ask.
You have to go there.
Well, I don't know if I'll go there this last time. Come back again. What's to do? Hare Krishna.
But I want to show you something very special. Since the Vyasadeva topic has come up, I want to show you something very special. I haven't done this.
It's a very mystifying. Vyasadeva is a very mystifying situation. We see, we understand he's a personality,
Maharaj,
Father Vedas.
this Bhagavatam, there is one, this is only verses of the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. And so when I went for the, my ladies,
Radha Govinda Maharaj. You're the disciple of Radha Govinda. Oh, the disciple, that's
Maharaj,
right.
there is a special flower inside in this. When I went to meet Vyasadeva ji for the first time, Vyasadeva put a flower. Vyasadeva put down a flower, and the bell above Vyasadeva started ringing on its own. So that flower is still here, Maharaj. This is that flower, Maharaj. This
From Bhagavad-gita.
yes, this Vyasadeva himself threw it from his forehead, and there was a bell around on top of his head that started ringing on his own.
Is it from a battery tree or?
It is a flower of this is gulab. This is
Gulab
rose.
tree.
Rose.
Yeah, gulab trees up there.
Yes.
No, go up there. Yeah, these are-
This is the Bhagavatam.
Can I touch it?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah, this one. And this is just a Sanskrit from the Gita.
Only verses.
Only Gita Press.
Yes, only verses.
That's not just from the Sanskrit. No, as it is. As it is.
Only verses.
You, of course, study Sanskrit. Yeah. Amarendra and Hariparsha.
Yes.
What's the other one that travels? What's his name? Famous speaker. Great Radha Master Savior. He's probably the most famous.
Hindi speaker?
Lal
Lal Govind.
He speaks English. I saw him in Paris. He came to Paris maybe 10, 15 years ago. That's the print.
French.
That's not meant to be there. Well, it is, but it's not technically. It's not.
So
Keep this with you.
this This travels with me all the world. And actually I just take shelter of
Living Bhagavatam.
Just take shelter of this
Living
Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam. Yesterday.
My Guru Maharaj told me very specifically that when you speak Bhagavatam, just try to speak from Prabhupada's purpose only.
Well, yeah. You know, not, I mean, speaking from the past of other stuff, the commentary, the line, the expanding of that. The position of the Vyasadeva, very mysterious. I mean, it seems like it's something, again, you get this idea that it's like a concrete person who Vyasadeva full stop. There are many Vyasadevas.
Yes, every yuga, every Kali yuga, different Vyasadeva comes.
Yeah, but I mean, even
This
within the Kali Yuga,
this Vyasadeva is Krishna himself.
this one,
This one is Krishna himself.
this himself, the true incarnation. But the stated there, Krishnadas Kaviraj, that many Vyasas will appear to describe what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even himself, his name, called the Chaitanya Bhagavan.
So Vyasadeva is a position.
The position, yeah. Is Narada Muni also a position?
No.
Then how does it become it? I mean, is that an expansion of Narada, who was, the son of a maidservant? Because I mean, he's an eternal position, and he's a person conceived as
So,
being
it mentions that he became eternal associate, because that was Vyasadeva's question. How did he become eternal associate of the Lord?
right, but I mean, we're looking at a different time frame. We know that from the point of view of mentioning such statements, one questions is that what happened? What was Narada Muni didn't exist before? He didn't exist before that last time of the maid. Was it another incident? I mean, I have this probably completely wrong, because I understand that Narada Muni is eternal. He expands in various ways, just like, like Nandi and Yasoda expand or grow Nandara and then enter back into Nandi and Yasoda, rather than Nanda and Nandara grow Nandara and become. That is the their expansion. One is the same thing in Berkshire, the same thing. And to me, I don't know, it's just something that's in my heart. Eternal service to the Lord will expand to fulfill the Lord's mission. I'm sure that that's just my
It can be Maharaj. What you're saying makes sense.
It is a
Like Prahlada Maharaj also is a eternal associate,
yeah.
and
They're not jivas who become.
yeah.
It's just they're eternal. They're eternal. It's like they don't stand there real Christ. That's my gut feelings.
Yes.
So
In Prahlada Maharaj's situation also it is mentioned in Puranas about the past life of Prahlada Maharaj. But it is also said by our Gaudiya Acharyas that there is one Nitya Siddha Prahlad and there is one Jiva who enters.
enters in.
So similar.
These things are very mysterious, and when you take a person like that, Haridas Thakur, another mysterious character, I mean, he sometimes, what is described by Kavikana Puri, he's Prahlada. We normally hear we blow them up. But he's both. It's like, what does it mean? What does it mean? And how do we understand the parishas? I mean, there are many references in Chaitanya Vrindavan Das Thakur mentioned many times. How Haridas Thakur is an eternal associate of the Lord. Wherever the Lord expands, he expands also. I mean, it's kind of a little bit beyond our general conception of Lord Brahma, or Brahma Mahatapa, or whoever else is supposed to be there. They're all present in the form of Haridas Thakur at different stages. It appears that those particular associates of the Lord are, presence and association. We our conception of association is like rhythm. You should be sitting in a chair. Our consideration of association is physical. It's physical. I don't see it like that. I see it as subtle. So you can associate, use the word personalities, can see it, associate subtly. You know, it's like when you think of your child now, say you've got your 3 children, got their own down. You're kind of associated, you're not on that level of absoluteness. There's no, I mean, there's absolutely no reason why on such a platform. I mean, aside from the fact that Lord Brahma may be an expansion of this and that, but he can enter in on a subtle platform to get the association. When you read in Chaitanya Bhagavat, that, you know, I mean, it's kind of quite bewildering sometimes. You know, even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are hankering for the association of Haridas Thakur. So they're in Chaitanya Bhagavat. They're hankering to get the association of Haridas. Interesting. Whether it's that, then you can look at it in different angles.
Yeah, Krishna consciousness is very mysterious much.
Huh?
Krishna consciousness is very mysterious.
Very mysterious.
It is mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say transcendental.
Very mysterious.
Only very few fortunate souls can
Well, it's a revelation.
revelation.
And Prabhupada, I mean, for conditioned souls, it's impossible for us to grasp these things. Even the jiva's constitutional situation is, you know, I mean, talking of the Nitya Bhara jiva, constitutional situation is a quandary for within members of the Gaudiya. Most of the Gaudiyas probably, like Govinda Maharaj, presumed by the Govinda Maharaj, you know, have a different perspective to the general view of the, say, the ISKCON standard as a form of the jiva. You accept this, you accept that, but what do you do? Is it a critical factor? Is it a critical factor, or is it something that causes division, or is it something that's test, or is it something that's an absolute necessary conclusion? Is it, because Prabhupada definitely, I mean, you can't, we don't judge things necessarily with quantitative emphasis, but it would be difficult not to perceive that in most of Prabhupada's statements that the jiva is formed from the spiritual world due to mysteries of independence and has thus become Nitya-Bhara. And Prabhupada explains that it means that we cannot tell when the jiva came under the influence of Maya, which is Mahamaya, because it's timeless, because you've been in this conditioned state beyond even the previous life. You've been in this conditioned state, even in the form of Mahavishnu, in and out. It's timeless, but the origin of this timelessness is turned back to it. You can't pin it down to years, but it indicates that the jiva fell into this state of consciousness at a certain point in time. No, there is no point in time in spiritual time. Somehow or another he's fallen into this, as Lord Chaitanya said, at least the translation that we have. Somehow has fallen into this ocean of birth and death. You know, this is the general understanding of ISKCON's authority. Now I know this is a touchy one for you. Yeah, but Prabhupada didn't go beyond that much. Very little. I mean, there's some little indications here and there. I know Govinda Maharaj's disciples quote these little things, but they're very small compared to the overall big picture. That's how it reads.
And it's very interesting that we need to see how Prabhupada's controversies, how Bhakti Siddhanta and others. Yes.
Even there are, I mean, again, we're reading translations. I'm not reading Bengali, I'm not reading Sanskrit. We're reading translations. So when we read Jaiva Dharma or Chaitanya,
That was very clear.
well, yes and no. I mean, they have a saying in Christianity, we both read the Bible day and night, and you read black and I read white. And it's a fact, I can see both in Jagadan, to be honest. You can see both. You could take both. In Brahmanism and Vaishnavism, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, it's an English presentation of a presentation he made in Midnapur to the assembled Brahmins and Vaishnavas there. Yes, it gives another different perspective. I mean, I don't really struggle with that. I just, it can be interpreted in different ways. What does it mean? Anyway, you're very... What is Tatastha Shakti? I mean, the jiva emanates from, like a ray of the sun. I mean, what is Tatastha Shakti? We know it's a marginal state. Is that like a constitutional, formative situation of the jiva? Or is that a stepping stone?
Seek your blessings.
Yeah. Hey, get out of here. You're one of those fanatics. You don't like to get into these things.
Actually,
Lest
no,
you'll be in trouble.
there is no Mahamaya in the spiritual world.
No, of course not.
There is no question of
There's no question of under the influence of
people
mind.
coming from there.
But again, you get down to this situation where the jiva has this constitutional aversion and affection or free will, whatever you want to call it. And that's a constitutional factor above and beyond, let's say, the coming under the influence of Mahamaya. It's, the Prabhupada uses it to say, misuse of that free will. When we think separately from Krishna, or we want to, let's say, not put Krishna in the center. And then you come under the influence of Mahamaya. That's simplistic.
Let's go, Maharaj.
Yeah, you're hungry, I can see that. Before you become angry, you better satisfy your hunger.
Thank you much for your association. I'm very happy to be here.
Anyway, this is not a topic for the public, but
Yes.
it was a major topic 30 or 40 years ago.
Yes, it's a smart topic.
It split the
Divided society.
It divided the society. And neophytes like us were like, siding with one or the other, with no realization. While his fall, even the leaves don't fall from Vaikuntha. Well, that's again where Satyanarayana Balaji, what's his name? Not Kalindi, what was his name? Kundali. That also means quarrelsome, by the way. I want to really understand that word. I knew him very well, he stayed with him. Nice people. They made a big issue of it. It really was. And then, of course, Narayan Maharaj came into the picture.
That book also had statements from Gaurav Maharaj and others.
Correct. I mean, Govinda Maharaj has always been clear of the balance. Well, clearly, so that the jiva doesn't fall, so to speak. What do you know the word is used in English? Then there was a very kind of like broad, maybe not accepted, but a broad perspective rebuttal by Vidayananda Maharaj and others too. It wasn't just him, he just had his name posted.
Vidayananda Maharaj sided by the fallen.
Yeah, because he was representing the GBC stake, and I don't know if you ever read the book. Did you ever read it?
No.
Our original position is called Our Original Position.
I did not read that much. Because of from Chaitanya Charitamrita, from Bhagavad Gita, from Bhagavatam, I'm convinced that
Have you read Not Even the Leaves Fall from Vaikuntha?
No.
But you've read other books.
I did my own research on this. I mean, where I could naturally find out verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita about that. Bhagavad Gita 24 places it says that Jiva doesn't go.
No, well there you find out once having returned one never comes back again. I mean that may not be the right translation. that infers that, you know, you were there before. You don't return to somewhere you've never been to. That verse, I don't take that verse as evidence because, you know, it's like, if you're going to return to India, it means you must have been there before. You may never come back to France again, I don't blame you for that. But you know, you can't go back to somewhere you've never been before.
I don't want to discuss Maharaja.
Go away, go
Okay,
away.
Maharaj.
You're disturbing me.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, all goes to Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Lucas, Lucas, Hare Krishna, what's your program?
My program?
Yeah, you staying for not too long.
Yeah, I think I'll stay for another 2 weeks.
Are you together? You want plans to stay around with each other? It's okay?
Yes. So, I guess relationships are like strong things in this life.
Krishna, wonderful. That's what dictates pretty much everything. All of it, any laws, rules, regulations, everything else. As long as you're just fully aware of your relationship.
Yes.
As long as you do it, you're supposed to follow the protocol behavior. Just try to follow them. I mean, it's difficult. Try to follow the standards as best you can. Any problems, just discuss it. If you have any problems, something's got a problem with you, just discuss it. Don't get into any trouble. Protection. What's the latest name?
How
And that's how I think there's a lot of Helens in common. Which Helens? I don't know. There's so many Helens in common. There's a lot of Helens in common. Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna. And just don't be trying to bring distraction from Krishna, how?
Hare Krishna.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ukraine.
Ukraine. Are you living in France, generally speaking?
No, yes.
Which part of France?
Hmm?
Whereabouts in France? Where in France? No, living in the village here?
Yeah. In a temple.
You were staying in a temple.
Yes.
But before you were staying in France?
I was in Ukraine
And you just came. How long have you been
already 2 months.
in France?
Yes.
Okay. So you've got some special permit to stay in France.
I'm trying to get it. Now I send letters to prefecture so they can give me.
Your family's still in Ukraine?
Yes.
Where in Ukraine?
It's south side of Ukraine.
Your family's not in Ukraine.
They are in Ukraine.
They're in Ukraine.
Yes. It's south side.
South, I heard that.
Mhm.
South side. Near Kherson or something like that. Kherson?
My family? No.
Mykolaiv? Near
Mm,
Mykolaiv?
it's like in that side, but Zaporizhia.
We guess it was. I don't know a little bit. Other people are too. You been to Ukraine? Not right that day.
Quite right.
People are still going, but it's a bit, some parts of it, a bit dodgy. Your family were in the war zone?
Not really far from there, but not in a war
Scary,
zone.
yeah?
Mhm. Half an hour away from there.
Horrible. Young men are also all scared because they're all going to go in the army.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the young men have to go in the army.
Or leave the country before they turn 22.
Excuse me?
Or leave the country before they turn 23.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's very crazy situation. What to do? Just coming from New Zealand, they don't know anything about this. It's like an easy-going paradise at some time. I mean, they get their problems, they have earthquakes. I was there during a week after the big earthquake in Christchurch. I came in, I flew straight there as soon as the earthquake took place. I flew straight to Christchurch because I knew I was going to Christchurch and I wanted to be able to go with them. I stayed for a month.
Oh,
Were you around at that time?
yeah.
You were a young kid.
Yeah, hi.
You were aware of what's going on. You weren't living in Christchurch, were you? Living in the city itself.
Maybe you saw each
Just
other.
outside the,
Where Royston or something?
on the other side, like near to Kaifo.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shock and a half, isn't it? They had so many earthquakes, even I came a month after the big, a week after the big one. I don't know how many hundreds of tremors we had during that period of time, and some of them were really big. You never experienced an earthquake, have you? I don't know, the whole house, I mean, there was one house we were having a kirtan, doing kirtan. Suddenly there was a loud
The
and the
cartels
building
playing
started
with the
shaking
buildings.
like this. And it was getting harder, heavier and heavier. You didn't know where it was going, you know. We thought maybe it's going to completely go. The building was literally going like this, you know. And that wasn't the main, the big one they had. The problem was it was very unusual. The earthquake normally goes like this. That one went like this. One of our devotees there, he's a geothermist and a geotechnician, this and that. He studies these things. He warned the government in Christchurch about 6 months before the earthquake that by the look at the plates and the surface, there could be a big earthquake coming. They didn't take any notice. He warned. This is profession, lifetime profession, studying the movement of the earth. Though it's not on the main line, it's on an offshoot of the main line. And they got it. And it wasn't so much the earthquake that destroyed them. It was this liquefaction, of this mud coming up from underground. It was flirting into the surface. Quite see. They never expected it. Upward thrust. It's something like 4 times the speed of gravity or something. That isn't very upward. The buildings were pushed up.
Crazy.
Yeah, they produced.
We never had
We're in,
this.
you never know what's going to happen. And that's one of the reasons that our spiritual master and great teachers of the past emphasize the importance of not just doing what you need to do in this life, but to understand our real nature, our spiritual nature, above all the material karmic dealings that we see going on. Otherwise we're just going to be completely wrapped in the world of Ukraine, earthquakes in Christchurch, poverty in some African country, whatever. There is cruelty and fear and so many things. They just occupy us. Our life will be we go anywhere. But to understand our spiritual identity and spiritual nature, this is the purpose, the higher purpose. Both have to go with material duties, material needs, material relationships, family, work, all. But with spiritual aspect. So we don't become completely. Otherwise you make friends and enemies. Now, 10 years ago, Ukrainians and Russians were not enemies. Even 5, 6,
15 years ago, probably.
right?
15 years ago.
Well, there's an enemy because of this Donbass situation in Crimea, but still it wasn't as bad. So whenever they started this thing with Crimea and Donbass, 15 years ago, they were in fact millions of Russians living, official Russians living in Ukraine, married to Ukrainians, and the same thing across the border. Ukraine was married to Russians, and they were like, they come from the same family practically, with a different culture. But this has been created now almost like Russian Ukraine is almost like enemy. He's made it enemy. And you can't help but sometimes feel that because it's on the bodily platform of life. Identifying as being Ukraine or being Russian or being whatever it is. When I was a kid, which is in the 50s, I was going to school in the 50s, we were told, because that was the time of the Cold War, the Iron Curtain, we heard these statements from Shem. When everything across the Iron Curtain, which was the communist side of Europe, they were like the enemy. And we were told they were all like, all of the demons who were the real enemies. And we never met one, but that's what we were told, you know. And in education, when I went to Russia the first time, when I went to Russia, I asked people my age what you were taught. And they were taught everyone on the western side was like a demon and an enemy. We never even met each other. But then when you meet each other, you realize, an enemy? You can be the best of friends. In fact, Russian people are really individually, you get differences everywhere, but they're usually pretty nice people.
It's still the same situation now.
Sorry?
Same situation now because it's governments
Right, and
fighting
it's
each
just
other.
it's just a policy imposed upon people. Saying in Ukraine, people are really nice. But they get 2 different types of public attitude. Perspectives. Which is not born reality, it's born imposition. Imposed upon you. You grew up thinking that. You grew up in Christianity thinking everything else is the devil's workshop. You grew up in Islam, you're thinking everyone else is a you can end up using the word. If you look, one of our devotees was, I think, the police, and they had this meeting, so they had to discuss how to deal with religious issues in society. And, it came up that it's a fact that the priests in Islam, this whole thing. Anyone is actually a religious act to crazy things have been born in a situation you just identify with what you're born into, including the mundane religion you're born into, with no spiritual understanding whatsoever of the actual self. And it's so unfortunate because in wars and hatred and animosity and all those things come together and this false understanding. We're not Christians, atheists, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, none of those things. They're just, you have to be born in that situation or you like it or something and choose to do it, but it's not actually who we are. None of those things. We're spiritual beings in a material body, but we're spiritual beings. Much education, and that's the problem. Some of you are the spiritual beings. You have no enemy. They may feel you're their enemy, but you have no enemy. No. It's like, is your finger your enemy? Is your finger your enemy? Is your hair your enemy? Probably not. They're part of you, in a sense, isn't it? At least they say they're mine, they're yours. So you can see like that. Everyone's a part of the unlimited energies of Godhead. Heaven. We're all equal spiritually. But currently, chosen in this duality of perception. And why we don't have duality of perception? No one's your enemy. In every walk of life, in Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, any so-called designated group, those who actually enlighten themselves, unfortunately they're being kept down, in practically non-existing in many cases now. Those in the past you'll see, enlightened stage of many great personalities like Francis of Assisi in Christianity, so many Christian saints, that they had this spiritual vision. Buddhism, Buddha, Aristotle, spiritual vision. But all this duality of right and wrong. Nothing's right in this world. Because we don't belong in this world. And you've got to go for your meeting. I said that we get poetry and everything just now. You're welcome, huh? See what the future holds. And as I said to Lucas, just if you have any issues, relationship issues, or sensual issues, please don't be embarrassed to talk to them. They're become Rocha. They're a little bit more experienced on this side of the world. The self is starting a relationship. But don't be embarrassed, because it's not surprising to have problems. It's surprising if you don't. It's very surprising if a couple don't have some problem in a relationship or problem controlling their senses or whatever it is. Very rare. But if anything there, please, you don't have to hide behind closed doors, just discuss it. So the best thing to do is.
Thank you.
How old are you now?
23.
20?
24.
22.
Thank you, a little old. Older?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Yeah, she's older by 1 year.
9 months.
9 months.
9 months. Not very much. Doesn't matter anyway. If you get on well together, that's fine. Alrighty. See you later. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.